Hey y'all, welcome back. So like 3 videos ago, I said I was going to show you how I put my book cloth on my cover. And I said I was going to use muslin just so I could hide the design here. You can still see his face, and this is that's doubled up. So what I'm going to do first actually is, this is rather thin cardboard, and so what I'm going to do is I have tons of little leftover pieces of batting because I make quilts also. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this to the cover first, and then I'm going to attach the rest of it. So I'm just going to put this down with some glue stick because we don't really need any heavy duty stuff. And I use Scotch Create permanent glue stick. And so we're just going to put some right here. I work from the middle out. Also, I don't know what brand this is, but this side is more flat than this side is more plush. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the plusher side, if that's even a word, on the bottom, and I'm going to just put that on top of it. And then I'm just going to put just a little bit of glue on here so it'll stay and not move, basically. I don't really need a whole bunch of glue on this because I will be sewing the edges. Okay, and it doesn't matter if it's crooked because we're just going to go ahead and cut all of this off to the very edge. I'm probably not in camera. Okay, that's better. Okay, just cut that off all the way around. So, last night when I went to bed, I had 131 subscribers. And this morning when I woke up, I had 135. That makes me so happy, y'all. This is what I love to do. I had a dream a couple of years ago that I was working in a different job, and I told a friend of mine, you know, I don't know if this is what I'm supposed to be doing for a living. And she said, well, why don't you pray about it? And so I did, and I had this dream, and this dream was of me sitting in this very room doing exactly what I'm doing right now. And I was very happy, and that was, I think, 2 years ago. And it took a while for me to get to that point, but here I am. I'm able to stay at home and make things, and that makes me happy. That makes me very happy. Okay, so now I'm gonna put this muslin on, and we're kind of gonna go about it the same way. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put this down first. I have fuzz on there. Okay, but I'm not gonna use glue stick for this because this is too fuzzy, and we would have actually I probably should use this one. So I use Fabrifix mostly. Sometimes I use Tombow Mono Aqua Glue, the blue one. Oh, here we go. Sometimes I use this one, but I prefer the Fabrifix for most things, only because that that Tombow glue is, I don't know if it's water-based or not, but it does make your paper kind of wrinkly, if that's even a word, wrinkly. You know, like water-based glues will. I don't know if that's water-based or not, but okay, so I'm just going to smush this down and then I'm going to just flip it over and do the same thing that I did with the other side. And so as you can see, it does not matter what side is top and what side is bottom as far as the cardboard itself goes. And because I am going to sew the edges, I'm just going to put just enough glue here so it'll stick to it. But I'm smushing it out because I don't want any glue globs. We don't need all that mess there, right? Because and also because if you don't squish it out, then you can see right here the glue has seeped in or seeped through, and I don't want it to do that on my cover itself. So, and I know this was a few days coming because I had a quilt that t-shirt quilt I had to make, and it didn't need to be done like right away, but it is for Christmas, and I do have a few other things that I need to get done for some other clients that aren't junk journals, because I do make more things than just junk journals. So we're going to squish that out. And I don't know the best way to put that down. Okay, so you can see I got a lot of fuzz there. One of the things I like about the Fabrifix is when it's still wet, you can roll your fingers together and get that into a ball, and it comes off easier. So let's see what we got here. I think we can actually use the glue stick for this part. Let's see how that's going to work. All right, get those glue globs out of the way, because this here I don't think will this here will seep through because it's a stick. Okay. And we're going to put this down first. Okay, little piece of cat hair there. Okay, and I'm just going to put that right down. And then I'm going to do the same thing, flip it over, and just put some glue on here. Not all the way to the edges because I will be sewing. And so when I start sewing, I won't be talking, just because you probably won't be able to hear me over the sewing machine anyway. Okay. And then once this is all together, you can then decide which one is going to be your front and which is going to be your back cover. Okay. A little bit more glue. All right, and that should do it for that. All right, and if you just push down to flatten it and push out at the same time, you won't get any bubbles in there. Okay, so now we don't need all of this excess around. You know what? I see now why I'm not in camera, because my sewing machine is right there and I'm going to be using it. Okay, so I'm going to cut enough off so I have maybe an inch. I mean, I'm not going to measure. I'm just going to eyeball it here. Okay. And I do save my scraps like this just because even though this has interfacing on the back, I can cut it into a smaller strip and use that. Let's see if I can get this out of the way. Oh. No, that's not helping any. Oh, there's the cord. I'm trying to rearrange my office so it's more convenient. User-friendly. That's what I need. I need my studio here to be user-friendly, and it's not. And so far, no matter what I've done, where I've moved things, I still have not been able to get that user-friendly thing going yet. But it's not like I don't have time to do that. I'll just have to figure it out. I'll just have to keep moving things until I finally get the right user-friendly fit for me. You know, I am lucky enough that my husband and I have a 3-bedroom house, and so the smallest bedroom, which is really not that small considering it's 12 by 10. So it's really not very small. But with all the stuff that I have, it is kind of small. Okay, and so we're gonna put glue on the corners here. And some people cut their corners off so they can have a better mitered edge, I guess, if you will. Let me get this here because that's not, I didn't glue that. But I don't do that only because I have not perfected the exact angle that you need to cut in order for you to not see the cardboard poking out. And so I know everything is practice, practice, practice. So in order for me to cut these down, like I've seen other people do, and they do it so well, they have it perfected. I have not. So until I do, that is how I'm going to do it. And so I'm just going to put some glue here. And you know what? I don't know if I'll be able to sew this because this will still be wet. And I just put in a new needle. And I don't want to waste that new needle by getting it all globbed up with glue. Okay, and I'm also going to reinforce this with, when I'm finished and I start putting it together, I'm going to reinforce this with more, either more cardboard or maybe, it depends on how things end up going because, I don't know, usually my plans end up, that doesn't work, and so we try something else. So, and you just mash that down. It takes a minute. But that's one of the things I like about Fabrifix is that even though it is a very strong glue, it gives you time to move things around if it's not exactly where you want it when you put it down. It gives you, you know, a minute or so to put it in place. Okay, mash that glue out, spread it around. See, this is what I'm not good at, but practice makes perfect, and so one of these days I will be able to perfect my corners. Just not today. Am I even in camera? Oh yeah, good. Barely. Okay. Put a little more glue here. Smush that out and pull it down tight. Okay. And this last side here. Smush that out. Actually, this might be dry enough for me to be able to get that down there. Okay. Put that a little more glue right there on that corner and smush it out because we don't want those globs. Okay. Let me just get the glue off my fingers here. Don't forget to cover your glue stick and put your, so I put the Fabrifix in a Sugarbelle's icing piping bottle because it gives you a thinner stream. I learned that from Pam from the Paper Outpost. Okay, so oh, it's nice and plush. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. I don't know how I'm gonna get an angle there. I don't know if I'll be able to do that. Oh, do I have to sew this way? That's gonna be awkward. Okay. Let me see what you guys can see here. Okay, that might work. Okay, so I always start in the middle. Okay, my machine is already threaded here. So I always start in the middle on the bottom, and I have a brother, SQ9285, and it's got 99 built-in stitches with 49 other decorative stitches, but I always put mine on 20. And so I just start at the beginning of the edge line. Well, I guess, is that going to be my front? Yeah, that's fine. All right. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so I put my foot at the very edge here, and I do have a needle button that goes up and down, and so we're just gonna, and what I do is I just try and line the edge of the cover up with the edge of this foot. I do have one of these nifty little things that I could put right here. I don't even know if you could see that, but I only use that when I quilt, not when I'm doing journals. Okay, so the reason I did that is because I'm not exactly to the edge there, and I'm still not. So, oh. Okay, now I should be. All right, perfect. Let me get the glue out of the way. We don't need any mishaps. Okay. Oh. Okay. Oh, that was perfect. Oh, see, I'm missing some. I had to push this a little bit, and so my stitches are kind of, well, you'll see when I'm done. All right, now we just have this one last half left. Okay, and I just went, let me see here, if I can fix this. Okay, so I just went a little, I started here, and I just went a little bit farther over that because this particular stitch will not do a back stitch. And so I'm going to cut these off. And when I get the book starting to go together, this will be covered by more paper and or cardboard. I'll have to see how this one progresses, what happens with this, because usually I make my cover first, and then my journals just kind of take on a life of their own. So, oh, sorry about that. So what I meant with the stitches here is this, I don't even know if you can see that. Let's see, maybe you can see it on this side. So this is what I was talking about. I had to push it a little bit harder for it to go around that part, and it's supposed to look like that. But that's okay, because it's handmade, right? It's not supposed to be perfect. And so at this point, we can, we don't even have to wait we don't have to pick now what side's going to be our front cover. I'm thinking that side, but they both look really good. But the reason I'm going to reinforce it is because if you can see that, are you too close? Okay, you see how it's warped right there? That's because glue and I made it too tight. But once I actually I'll probably end up putting chipboard in there because it will make it a lot sturdier, because you can see this is still kind of flimsy, but it's really nice and soft because we have that plush batting in there. Okay, so let me put this aside for a second. And the last video that I actually made, I told you I was going to tell you about Dragana from Sugarbelle and the cards that I got from her. So she made these cards. You can buy them in her Etsy shop. She made them because she got stuck one day and I guess kind of got a creative block, if you will. And so she made all these designs. And so this actually comes in a two-parter. So you'll get, I forget what it is, 4 sheets for the top, and they're all different designs on them. These designs are her own. You know, like they didn't come from Canva or whatever. She did them herself. And then you'll get other pages that have things written on the back. And so it'll have a little quote, and then it has just a little something to get you started, right? So this one here, recycling turns things into other things, which is like magic. And that is from unknown author. And so what she had written for this one is create something new using only recycled materials. Oh, wait a minute. And how perfect was that? That's exactly what this was made out of, recycled materials. What was this? Frosted Flakes box, right? The batting that I used in between there was leftover batting from a quilt that I had made. This muslin here was also an extra piece of muslin that I had used for something else, and it was just a perfect fit. And then this scarf isn't really like recycled, but I don't know. Maybe you could consider it recycled because I did get it from the Dollar Tree probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. And the thread is vintage. I found this really cool sewing box a few years ago in a thrift store. It's one of those 1970s pea green color where you open the lid and the tray comes out and you put everything in there nice and neat, and you can carry your little sewing stuff with you wherever you go. So I guess we did that card today, so I can put that one aside. And so I was doing this while I was watching a video earlier today, and so they might not even be right side up. But so what she does, let me get this out of the way. So what she'll do is she'll just shuffle them and then cut them, and then this will be the card that she would use, and that's upside down. So I will actually do that for my next video, so I'm going to keep that aside, and just so it'll be a surprise, I am not going to read it to you. So if you want to know what it says and what I'm going to make, you'll have to stay tuned for the next video. I'm glad you're here. If you're new, welcome. This is a great community that I have watched others grow up around me, and I am now growing up among you guys. I still have a lot to learn because I do not know how to edit. One of my friends, though, said that that's okay because that's the charm of my videos, is that I usually say something stupid, and then because I am who I am, I end up laughing because it's funnier in my head than it comes out on camera. But okay, so tomorrow, this is what I will be doing tomorrow, whatever it says underneath this card. And so I'm going to put this card right there out of the way, and I'm going to put these up. So thank you for joining me today. Please leave a comment. I would love to hear from you guys. If you have a different way of making your covers, or even if you can explain to me how you cut that mitered corner just perfectly, or carve it out, because I know that it's not like a straight line you cut across. That's probably my problem. I can't figure out how to get exactly close enough to the edge without going too far in, so you'll see the corner of the whatever box I happen to be using. So I hope you all are having a great week. It's Thursday right now that I'm videoing, and the other day Dish TV came, or Direct TV came and hooked up satellite, and so hopefully my videos won't take like a week or more to upload. So stay tuned for the next video. I can't wait to see what that card says so we can all be surprised together. Have a great day.